there, 10th grade. I'm here with Detective Martinelli, familiar face. He is a past Penn Hills graduate. What year did you graduate from Penn Hills?
2006.
2006 graduate. He was a student of mine, one of my first students that I had here in Penn Hills many years ago. So we're here to kind of discuss how Detective Martinelli became to that career path, what he did to make, what decisions he made to get there, maybe some mistakes on the way that in his career decisions, or some things that kind of he knew how he was going to get there from the first place. So in your start for looking at your career, did you know at first that you wanted to be a detective or a police officer?
No. When I was in high school, towards my, into my senior year, towards the end of my junior, into my senior, I knew that I was heading to college and studying some area of business. That was the only thing I knew.
What was the movement from business to the police force, if you can recall?
I graduated high school, like we said, in 2006, college in 2010, with a degree in business, accounting to be exact. And I went to work for a bank in New York Mellon. Long story short, didn't like it. I didn't think it was a fit for me. A couple of my friends were police officers, and I started, asking them about their careers and if they liked it, and that's how I shifted towards law enforcement.
Okay. Do you need a college degree to be a police officer?
There are some departments that require a 4-year degree.
Okay.
Some do not, some do.
Okay.
So it just depends on what department you're applying to and their criteria.
If you do not need a college degree, do you need a certification? Do you have to take a test?
Yeah, in order to be a police officer, I went to, the school that I chose to go to was IUP, Indiana University of Pennsylvania, and I went to their municipal police officer certification Act 120 class.
Okay.
Which was 750 hours at the time in 2012, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m.
All right. And we were talking a little bit earlier about what you thought you were going to be doing in the police field as maybe working with canine. And I say this often to my students, kind of keep your feet moving, because you may start in a field or an area, and when you get there, you find something else that you may like. Can you kind of give me an example, or you gave me an example? Can you tell me what happened when you're coming into the police work, wanting to work with canines, and you kind of moved in a different direction?
One of my, when I started to explore the idea of law enforcement, a good friend of mine was a canine handler, and I actually did a ride along with him when I was still a civilian. I did a ride along with him in the township that he worked for, and I just thought it was neat riding around with a canine for 12 hours, and then I just thought it was a interesting path of law enforcement to pursue, and I started to really get interest for it. So when I entered law enforcement myself, this gentleman that was my role model, still is, I wanted to pursue, I was like, I want to be a canine just like
right.
So neat. And the longer I stayed in law enforcement, it's still an excellent career path for anybody that chooses to go that route that works in law enforcement. But I realize myself, I'm more, I think I'm more of an investigator, and that's how I got into the investigations world, because that's how my interest is.
Right, I get it. As you go through life and different experiences, you find different things that maybe match you better, even within that field. So I always tell my 10th graders or any student, just keep your feet moving within that field or somewhere, because you'll find what your place is. Well, Detective Martinelli, I appreciate you for coming and doing this for our 10th graders. You could always ask him a question in the hallway. Great guy, known him for a long time. That's a wrap. Thank you.